Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show. I'll be breaking down the stock market. So, before we get started, please hit that like button, and that is greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, definitely consider subscribing. And now, let's get right into the market. All right, so welcome back once again, guys, on this weekend show, and let's talk about the market. Extremely bullish last week. We had a massive run. Everything except Nasdaq went to all-time highs. And when you look at the market, Dow was up 0.28% on Friday. We got Nasdaq going up 1.30%, S&P up 0.62%, Russell going up over 1%, advancing 58.8. So that tells you the market breadth was really good, advancing almost 60% of the stocks. Now, when you look at the 11 sectors, you can see right here, except energy, everything was pretty much green. Basic materials led the way on Friday. Industrials, consumer cyclical, technology, healthcare, real estate, utilities, consumer defensive, even financial, and then communication services and energy. That is due to Meta and Google going down here, and energy was going up 2 weeks ago. So I just gave back some of those gains. Week to date performance, basic materials outperforming here. You can see it's up almost 9%, technology almost 7%. So massive gains. Maybe we see some rotation out of these names and possibly into some of the defensive name once again going into this week. Stock market map on Friday. Nvidia once again shining up 2.27%. Microsoft going up but then gave back. It's really overextended. Apple was also in the green. Some of these names like Oracle, Dell, Palantir just exploded on Friday. CRM, now Uber, like these software names are going up like crazy now. And you can see who's taking the back seat. Well, SNDK, WDC, STX, names like these, even AMD. Google was down 1% almost. Broadcom up 1.71%. AMU was pretty flat on the day. Tesla up 2.83%. Amazon was also up 0.81%. But a lot of the pockets here you can see actually are red on your screen. And then we have some of the names from energy sectors. They were also red for the day. We got some data next week, guys, and this is going to make or break the market. And why? Because we have CPI come Wednesday morning, and I'm pretty sure everybody's watching this. Do we see some sort of a rate hike, or we just stay where we are? We got PPI also on Thursday. Retail sales number, Michigan consumer sentiment. But I think this is going to be the final nail in the coffin if this comes out hot. But keep that in mind. In July, energy went up. Gas prices, they were up huge. So I don't know what the number is going to be, but I'm definitely not expecting anything lower. This should be hot unless it's really cooked up. Fear and greed index 64. So we're back on greed. Market sentiment 37% bullish, 38% bearish, so 50-50 pretty much there, and then 25% are neutral here on this market. On SPY ETF, it was up Friday 0.61%. So this is a massive rally. And if you look at it, I mean, let's just have a look at it, guys. I mean, how big was this rally? From the lows right here to the top, 776, it is up over 6.5%. That is a massive monster of a move to the upside. Now, yes, when you look at the weekly time frame, let's have a look. We had this bull flag consolidation for the last couple of weeks, massive break. Bulls definitely on parade, and this thing can push even higher. But when you look at VIX, I mean, that thing is at 14 right now. So when we look at that, I think the market can pull back. It does not mean that market cannot go higher, but we gotta be careful right now because where the market is sitting, if the market pulls back and the big spikes back up again, we could see a decent pullback where it's gonna unfold, and give a lot of opportunities to a lot of people who actually missed out on this lockout rally. So where things can pull back? Well, it'll be much easier if you get a pullback, a higher low here, fill the gap, or maybe not even fill the gap, comes in, retest previous all-time highs, and you buy into it and you make money. Market is not simple all the time. It can just stay here, just grind up back and forth, and then finally you'll see a break to the upside. And I think 800, that's gonna come whether you like it or not. Not this week or the next week, but I think we will be there at some point at 800. We're not too far off. So, what is the plan? What I see here, I think a short term, possibly market can, breathe a little bit of selling. That would bring more buyer instead of just, up, up, up. But again, market does not have to do what I want, right? Or you want. It will do its own thing next week. I think we have a $10 expected move, which we exceeded last week as well. That was a two standard deviation last week. I mean, this thing went to the moon last week. If we come back in, this was Thursday's low, 767. I'll be watching that close to the 5 SMA right here, 768, and this 5-day moving average will move up, so it'll give support if it comes back in. Now, if it takes out Thursday low, I think we can go to 765 and possibly even retest 716. Gap fill reversal would be fantastic. People that are waiting to load up here. Also, don't forget, even if we get a deeper pullback like 755, top of this range here, top of this range right here, that would be even better. Now, this was the follow through day. So technically, you want to see this, low hold. So even if we come back in, I want to see it over 760. I don't want to see it deeper. But if this thing continues next week, let's say we get over, not only, we're staying over 773 right now. We get over 776.85. Watch out for an easy continuation up to 780 to 785. That can totally happen here on SPY ETF. But when we get to VIX, we'll talk about it. Why I don't see that's probably not the case. We see some sort of a pullback, and if the inflation numbers come hotter, which could be, if you go back into July, everything was really high. The gas, oil came off just recently. It was up the entire month, and we're getting that CPI for July, which should be hot unless they're cooked up again. On triple Q, it's up 1.17%. So I had exposure. I think I got somewhere here. And then I added more into my position because it was down 12%. I sold out of that position completely and then took a position right here when we pull back to retest, and we did not take out. Again, right here, the follow through day with a lot of volume, you can see we did not take out this low. So I took another position here on Qs, and I'm up almost over $10 on that position right now. It's still holding. So this would be my stop. If it breaks below that, I would look for, lower entries. But as of right now, things are looking good. And if you look at it, guys, I mean, we did close above this trend line. So technically that's really bullish. The 5 SMA is crossing over 50 and the 20 is also coming back up. So this looks really good for a retest of all-time highs. Now, what is going to happen next week if we see some rotation back into those stocks like memory stocks, memory ETF? This thing can, definitely go and hit all-time highs. We're not too far off. I mean, we saw Nasdaq going up, or here Q's $25 last week in just one day, right? Massive move. So, nowadays 10, 15, $25 on Q's is pretty much just a normal day in the market, which a lot of people will say that's not normal, but that's how it's been before. I mean, we have seen it, over and over. Q's doing that. Now watch out that 725-ish. If it breaks and holds over that, we can go and retest 733. Maybe even goes higher into that previous all-time highs. But I don't think that's going to be the case this week unless you get some really crazy numbers out of CPI and some more good catalyst. Then that can definitely happen. If you do get a pullback here, you want to watch 720, 714 right here, 50 SMA, and then underneath that 709 where we held right here on Wednesday, that would be a key support zone to watch. If it breaks below that, things are not going to look too bullish. I think we would come down and fill the gap right here near 700 on Qs. All right, so just a quick reminder to you guys, if you are really into the stock market, if you're really serious about trading, you want to get these types of trade ideas like this one on gold, GDX. You can see this thing exploded on Friday, not to mention we were already green on display. Then we got SpaceX. What happened on Friday? Massive, massive rally. the calls when in the money. So if you're really into trading, you want to get these types of trade ideas, definitely head over to Patreon, and that link will be down below in the description for you guys. On DIA, it's up 0.27%. So this one also making an all-time high, but then you can see the massive rejection. We got a topping tail candle, came back and holding right here, right about 538. That support gives up last 2 days of trading. Then this key level held. If that gives up, I think we come down and fill the gap right here, right about 532. That's totally possible this week. Now, if we go deeper than that, we can fill this gap, but this was a nice break. We talked about it before in my channel, in my video, that we got this bull flag pattern. If it breaks, it can go higher. We had another break and a brand new all-time high. If it goes back up, you want to watch this 544 level and then 546.75. If it goes over that, it can go and hit 550 here on DIA. On IWM, it's up over 1% and it's holding up pretty well. And if you look at my screen, came back into the 5 day, held the support here. This was also, a follow through day, gap up and go. And now we're just consolidating. So if this thing takes out, especially 303, it can definitely go higher, easily up to 305 to 310. If it comes back in, you want to watch key support zone, that 300 range. If it breaks below that, we might come down and fill the gap right here, right about 296, 297 to be exact, 296.66 here on IWM. On VIX, it was another down day on Friday, 1.65%. And not to scare a lot of people out there, but uh, we have to be transparent with people that are watching, and that's why what I think here is just a bullish falling wedge. So if this thing breaks out, we get some sort of a massive green candle here, something like that. I mean, things can definitely change. Market can pull back. We got a bunch of gaps to the downside. Things can happen, right? I'm not saying that it has to happen, but we just got to keep this in our back pocket where VIX is down to 14, guys. I mean, these levels, I'm not making it up. You can see right here what happened, it spiked. Right here what happened, it spiked. Right here what happened, massive spike. Just recently, right? And then even if you look at it before, what happened from these levels, 14, $15, spike, right? Massive, massive move. Easily $3, $4. And if that happens, even if it goes to like 18, that will put pressure on the S&P 500 and overall stock market. So VIX here, definitely, it just nothing really out there that I can say like, okay, the only thing I see is just the CPI numbers, and that can actually spark a lot of fear in the market. If the inflation going higher, rate hike might come into play, and by how much, right? That's another question. It depends on what the CPI numbers are. So that is why, VIX something when I see it like this near $14, I mean, yes, the market looks extremely bullish and people will possibly look at my thumbnail and say, oh, he's expecting a crash and all that. No, the thumbnail is, just there to give you guys an idea of, what I'm going to talk about it in my video. But most people take that, like not only my channel, any channels puts out something bearish or bullish, and then they don't even watch the video. They talk about it. They go in the comment section and comment like, "Oh, I'm gonna reverse this. I'm gonna do that." It's just not the case, guys. And I know people that are serious, people that are following this channel, watching. They know, they appreciate these videos, and that's why I'm here to make these videos for you guys. So VIX this low, I'm not looking to go long in the market. If I have position, I'll have my runners to run. But new positions, possibly not looking to get into anything, especially to the long side here in the market. And maybe various names that I would look at, but if this thing breaks over 16, guys, definitely we can run up to $18. And if that happens this week with the CPI, the market will likely to come back and possibly give back some of those gains and get into that higher low and higher high. The trend will still be bullish unless something drastically changes this week. So far, no chance of that, but keep on eye on that CPI number. Come Wednesday morning, I think the market will be just shopping around. Come next 3 days, including tomorrow, Monday, and then we'll see what direction the market goes, and the CPI numbers definitely will give us a direction. Oh, you guys saw that play on GDX. I did share it with you guys in this video, and look at that move, guys. I mean, I kind of sold everything out here and not looking to just jump in quickly. but it was coming. I even said it many times in my video that winter is coming, and we're not even going into winter yet. I mean, the fall is coming, and already massive break to the upside. Gold exploded, the dollar came down, and look at the move here, guys. Bunch of gaps, not one, like four gap up, three gap up in a row, and now we're about to fill the gap here at 93.54. So the gold, what I like to see here on gold, maybe some consolidation, some pullback here, maybe around 85, 80-ish. If that possible, that would be another opportunity to go long, but definitely more upside potential here on gold if this thing wants to go higher. Quickly, want to wrap up this video, just have a look at the dollar. You can see the falling dollar helped especially gold and silver on Friday, and even the S&P. So if this thing rises back up, you can see the lower band right here is 99.31, so it can go much lower. And if this thing rises back up, I mean, this is also just coming off a brutal selling past couple of days. If this thing moves back up a little bit, we will see a little bit of selling, and that goes pretty much hand in hand with the VIX and what number coming out from the CPI on Wednesday. And I hope all that makes sense to you guys. If you find these videos are helpful, definitely hit the subscribe button, and also don't forget to hit that like button. That is the only way these videos are coming out, because I don't really make or try to do anything on YouTube. I'm not selling any products, and all the time I spent on YouTube is definitely not worth it, but I do it anyway because a lot of people do appreciate that, and I cannot just abandon those people.